After miraculously clawing his way back into the White House with a 1.5% win, Donald Trump stormed into January 2025 like a man with a wrecking ball. Some thought he might show a little restraint, maybe act like a grown-up this time. But no, turns out the only thing Trump learned was how to break things faster. On day one, he signed an executive order to end birthright citizenship. The 14th Amendment, which clearly guarantees citizenship to anyone born on US soil, was tossed aside like it was nothing. Judges across the country blocked the move, but the damage was done. The president openly tried to erase a constitutional right. Then came the federal worker purge. His team spammed government employees with threatening emails telling them to resign now or be removed. When the intimidation didn't work, the administration tried to fire tens of thousands of probationary workers anyway. A judge had to step in and remind Trump that no, you cannot just fire people because you feel like it. This is not a reality show. And then he revealed his pet project, Doge. This time it is not the meme coin. It's Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, headed by Elon Musk, because obviously the guy who cannot run Twitter should now run parts of the US government. Within weeks, Doge got access to Treasury payment systems, which are the same ones that handle Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Judges were split on whether this was legal, so now America's most critical financial systems are stuck in legal limbo, while a billionaire acts as a federal administrator. Speaking of chaos, Trump also decided the Department of Education was not necessary anymore. He signed an executive order to dismantle it completely. His excuse was that he wanted to return authority to local communities. But in practice, it meant cutting Pell Grants for low-income students, gutting student loan protections, and locking lawmakers out of the building. Members of Congress showed up and could not even get through the doors. He didn't stop at education, though. Trump came for healthcare too. He rolled back Affordable Care Act protections so insurance companies could bring back lifetime caps and deny coverage for pre-existing conditions. So if you have ever been sick, congratulations, you are now a financial risk. He also killed the insulin price cap, letting companies go back to charging hundreds of dollars for a medication people need to stay alive. If that feels cruel, that's because it is. On the economic front, you might already know what mess he has created recently. He imposed a 10% tariff on Chinese goods, including essentials like roofing materials and semiconductors. He claimed this would bring prices down. In reality, tariffs are just taxes on imports. Companies pay more, then pass that cost to consumers. In the end, we get higher prices on everything from stoves to smartphones. Companies like GAF already warned customers to brace for inflation. So much for fighting grocery bills, this decision just made them worse. Next up, let's look at foreign aid. Trump shut down USAID, which is the agency that provides global disaster relief, food aid, and HIV treatment. Congress didn't approve. International groups begged him to stop. Judges ruled he had no authority, but he did it anyway. Over 80% of these programs vanished. The rest was shoved into the State Department. And then came his favorite pastime, environmental sabotage. He slashed clean energy programs, reversed emission standards, and told the EPA to stop enforcing climate policy. He even pulled the US out of the Paris Climate Agreement once again. Apparently, saving the planet is still too woke for him. Let's not forget the immigration disaster. Trump revived the Alien Enemies Act, which is a relic from 1798, and started deporting Venezuelan migrants to El Salvador, despite court orders blocking the move. His administration argued that once planes were in the air, they didn't have to listen to judges anymore. This is all delusional. Ignoring the courts undermines the entire legal system. If a president can decide which laws to follow, there is no rule of law left. And just to top it off, the Supreme Court handed him a golden ticket by ruling that presidents have absolute immunity for acts within their core constitutional duties and presumptive immunity for anything remotely official. So now, Trump gets to argue that pretty much anything he did in office, no matter how corrupt, is off limits to prosecution. It is a free pass to abuse power, and it opens the door for any future president to do the same. all of this, and it has only been 3 months. That was all for today's video. If you want more casual and quick explanations on different topics, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.